We've been reporting California is suing the Trump administration after the National Guard was deployed to confront immigration protesters in Los Angeles without the state's permission over the weekend. The protests come as new immigration and customs enforcement figures obtained by CBS News show that there are around 55,000 unauthorized immigrants in ICE custody. This matches a record set in 2019 during the first Trump administration. ICE made roughly 1,500 arrests over the weekend nationwide. CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez is in downtown Los Angeles for more. Camilo, good to see you. Remind us how these demonstrations started. Get us up to speed.
Well, the context here, Tom, is that Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, has been dramatically expanding operations across the U.S. to detain migrants who are suspected of being in the country illegally. And we have seen large-scale operations by that agency and other federal partners like the FBI, ATF, and DEA across the country, including here in Southern California, to arrest undocumented individuals. On Friday here in Southern California, ICE conducted several operations, including a worksite arrest operation that resulted in the arrest of more than 40 suspected migrant workers who are here in the country illegally. That is according to ICE officials. Another 77 migrants were arrested on Friday by ICE and its federal partners across the greater LA area. And that seemed to be the catalyst, Tom, for these protests, some of which are peaceful and some of which have turned violent, as you know. And the violence is what has served as the impetus and catalyst for President Trump to call up the National Guard and, as you know now, too, to activate several hundred Marines.
I want to dig into some of these figures obtained by CBS News. Around 55,000 unauthorized immigrants in ICE custody. Camilo, what more can you tell us about these ICE figures?
Well, Tom, simply put, the sharp increase in the number of people that ICE is arresting is obviously leading to an increase in the number of people that the agency is holding in detention centers throughout the continental U.S. According to internal government data obtained here at CBS News, we can report that ICE right now is holding about 55,000 immigrant detainees across the country. That matches a record in ICE detention set in 2019 under the first Trump administration. The concern now, Tom, is that ICE is running out of bed space to hold these immigrant detainees, and this is why the administration is not only looking at military installations and whether it can convert them into effectively immigration detention centers, but also why the administration is asking Congress, Tom, for billions of dollars in extra and additional funding so ICE can hire additional detention officers, but also set up additional detention facilities.
Yeah, you know, all of this has so many communities on edge. Camilo, I want to ask you about something else. The Homeland Security Department says it will waive monetary penalties for migrants who self-deport. What can you tell us about that?
Well, just to level set, Tom, U.S. law allows the government to fine certain unauthorized migrants if they do not leave the country after being issued a final deportation order. And the Trump administration has been expanding those fines and monetary penalties for many migrants across the country. But the Department of Homeland Security is now announcing that it will waive those monetary penalties and those fines if migrants sign up for self-deportation. The administration is urging people who are here illegally to use a smartphone app known as CBP Home now to self-deport. Not only will the government waive those fees and fines, Tom, but the migrants could get a stipend, $1,000, if they self-deport.
During this discourse on the immigration issue in this country, obviously one name that has popped up time and time again, Garcia, who we know was brought back to the United States late last week. What's the latest on his legal situation and what is he facing?
Well, Garcia, Tom, is back in the U.S., but he's also facing serious federal charges related to his alleged role in smuggling and transporting undocumented immigrants from Ecuador, Guatemala, and other countries and nations throughout Latin America. He had an arraignment today, and this will be the first step in his federal criminal case. The bottom line, Tom, is that if Garcia is found guilty and convicted, he will serve time in federal prison and then will likely face deportation to El Salvador. Similarly, if he's found innocent and acquitted, he will likely also face deportation because he's here without any legal status. Tom?
Camilo Montoya-Galvez on the ground for us in Los Angeles. Camilo, stay safe, my friend.